Hello, lovelies. I am so excited for this video. I reread The Hunger Games for the first time as an adult, and I told y'all that I was scared that I was going to hate these books now that I was older. This one just so happens to be my least favorite Hunger Games, and not because of the world, not do y'all see that dog hair floating in the camera? I swear. This one, specifically, is my least favorite out of the series. In my opinion, it only goes up from here. So I am excited to read the other 3 books and then the newest one when it comes out. And I feel like it's only gonna go up. I feel like, if for those of you who don't know, The Hunger Games is about 12 factions of the world, and the higher number on the list you are, the poorer you are. And there was 13, a rebellion happened, the 13th one was blown to smithereens, and then the capital uses the other districts as a basically pawn in this televised game where they choose 24 kids, hear me, 12 to 18-year-old kids to fight to the death. And the reason this one is my least favorite is because I have a really rough time with Katniss's personality. She's young, she's a kid, she's trying to figure things out, and nobody in this fucking book helps her. So it's infuriating. Well, some of them help her. Like Effie is wonderful, Haymitch is wonderful, Peeta's wonderful, Gale is wonderful. She is just trying to figure out. She becomes a tribute by taking her sister's place. That doesn't spoil anything in the book. That's actually just a huge, I feel like, importance as to why she does what she does. I personally am Team Peeta. I love him. He is a beautiful baker's son, and he is wonderful, and you find out so much about the type of person he is in this book, and it's so important for the books to come. I'm telling you, when I was a teenager, this was one of my favorite all-time series. I even bought this collector's edition, even though I own the 4 in different paperbacks, but I needed these. I figure I'll do a whole nice, lovely shelf of them, all dedicated to just my Hunger Games books. There is a slight love triangle in this between Katniss, Gale, and Peeta, but I feel like you don't see more of that until later in the books. A lot of this is just the world building and the politics of the world, and you get to see the first official Hunger Games in the series. I absolutely despise the Capitol. With that being said, President Snow is one of my favorite villains, and you hardly get to meet anything about him in this. A lot of this is just to set up the plot for what's most important. And I probably should have said this at the beginning of the video. If you have not read The Hunger Games and you want to read The Hunger Games, I may spoil things. I may mess things up. I may get something wrong. I do, however, watch the movies every single year. So I'm kind of excited to just add reading the books, and because I annotated, I get to see my first reaction since being an adult. I did rate this 3.75 because I have a really hard time with the way that Katniss portrays herself to the media and to the Capitol and to the other factions. There's a little girl named Rue in this book, and I sobbed. If you've read this book, you know how heartbreaking it is. It's almost as bad as the scene in the 4th book, which my father had to put down. I had to put down when we first read it, so I am nervous to get to that scene. You learn so much about District 12, which is Katniss Everdeen and Peeta Mellark's district, and they are also the poorest district in the book series. It is so heart-wrenching and so gripping, the way that the government in this book can just, in this series, can just take people and be like, You're not worth the gum that's on the bottom of my shoe. And it is insane. Cinna? Cinna. Okay. Talking about people in the Capitol that I absolutely love, Cinna is everything. He is my probably all-time favorite character out of the entire series. The way that he knows how everything is just so fucked up, and he's like, I get it, it's fucked up, but we're going to make a name for you. We are going to make it so you are not forgotten no matter what. And I feel like that is such an unappreciated gift, the way that he stands by Katniss and the way that he is willing to risk it all. He sits there and is like, Capital, fuck off for what you're doing to this sweet girl because she saved her sister. Like, you don't know what she went in through. She never let her sister borrow food. Okay, so there's these thing called tariffs, which are where you put your name basically in multiple times and they give you grain. They don't even give you proper food. They give you grain. And it just makes like a mush of food. But she never let her sister, her baby sister, get any tariffs so she wouldn't have to put her name in the Hunger Games slot more than once. Now tell me, when someone like Katniss, I think she had double digits of tariffs in the bowl. So tell me why you picked her younger sister and not her when her sister Prim only had her name in once. Ooh, makes my blood boil, makes me so mad. That sweet little girl should not have had to have her name even in here at all, let alone have her sister have to say, I volunteer as tribute. What the actual fuck? Oh, Katniss basically does anything she can to survive this because she knows for a fact that if something happens to her, her family will not be able to survive without her. And by all means, at that point, you do what you gotta do. But man, can she be so hard-headed and so stubborn and so... Haymitch says it best. She's unlikable, but it's not without reason. Like, if you take everything that she's been through, it makes sense why she is so hard and she is so tough and she is so unlikable because the Capitol has put her and her family through shit. 3.75 for this book. I highly recommend if anyone likes dystopian kinda... I don't know why I'm wanting to say like 100% PvP because that's what this book gives. This world is so beautiful and the Mockingjay is a symbol of peace that we wear proudly and we do the all the way up to the sky. We don't care. All the hands all the way up for that. We stand by Katniss Everdeen and what she stands for, and we just middle finger up to the Capitol. I'm telling you. Oh, such a good book. It's only a 3.75 because I know the other ones climb. The other ones get so much better. As far as like world building and world creating, it's a fantastic book. It really is. But the other books will blow this one out of the water. I just know it. I just know it. If this one was a 3.75 for me, the others are going to be astronomically high. I just know it. If you guys have read The Hunger Games though, I'd love to hear your opinions down in the comments. Please talk to me about this book because I could talk for hours about this entire book series. Of course, I don't want to spoil anything, so maybe if you haven't read this book, just don't even watch this video. I know that's a little late, but for future reference, if there's ever a book of mine that you want to read, maybe just hold off on watching my video until you already read the book. Maybe. I like that idea, just so that way I don't spoil anything for you guys. I would hate to. Like I said, though, I am including the title and the author name in every one of these videos, so hopefully you can just avoid the video if you haven't read the book yet. Or if you're like me and you don't mind spoilers, then I guess feel free to watch away. But thank you all so much for watching, and I will be sure to catch you in the next video, okay?